Hello, it's Thomas Shetler. I am doing my English assignment, and when I heard that I had to do an assignment, I was like, well, then I heard it was a creative assignment, so I was much happier about that. Anyways, let's get started in the Book of Huckleberry Finn, how I like to tell it. Let's go. Huckleberry Finn, a book written by Mark Twain, who kinda looks like Albert Einstein. But Albert Einstein is a little bit quirkier. Huckleberry Finn's main character is, of course, Huckleberry Finn, who may or may not look like him, this little guy here, but he sort of looks like Frodo Baggins. And the other character, Jim, looks maybe like this guy, but he kind of looks like MC Hammer, so you never know. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is banned in most schools because of racism. It uses the N-word, so yeah, it might be offensive to black people. Anyways, the book starts off with a bunch of words, but the fun starts at Miss Watson's house, which I did make a model of in Minecraft. It's not a really big one, but it's made of brick and has a wooden roof. His room's upstairs, and if you go down the stairs, it's just, yeah, just a bunch of stuff. It's just a nice little build. It's not a huge, cool build. But anyways, Miss Watson takes him under his shoulder, but then he hears his pap is back. Not Pep Rally. His pap, the drunk guy. So, what he does, he tries to escape, but instead he wants to go play with his friends first or something like that. So when he comes back, Pap is there. And so Pap takes him to his cabin because he wanted the money that he left his mother left Huck. Well, I made a version of his cabin out of blocks in Minecraft, so yeah, that's Pep, you know, he's chopping wood, because what else would a drunk guy do all day, and, well, ain't that right, Pep? You go inside his house, it's not the biggest, beautiful thing, but he has a table, a stove, a furnace thingy, yeah, it's nice, a bed and a chest to put stuff in. He has a chair and a messy table and whatever the heck is inside that cup. But yeah, he's not exactly the cleanest person. And, well, yeah, it's a nice place. Place to put his food, and, that's about all. Ain't that right, Pap? Ain't that right? So, Pap takes him back to his cabin. I think he tried to kill him. I didn't really read much of that part because I was kind of tired. So the next day he went out and shot an animal and spread the blood over the room. So he faked his own death. Anyways, he went out in the woods and he met up with Jim, who ran away, and which wasn't good. And he said he was thinking about going to freedom because, you know, it would be really nice to be free. So now Jim is begging Huck to not tell and come with him at the same time. He agrees. So he dresses Huck up like a girl and he tells them to go to this place to get supplies. But it didn't really work out, so they got on the raft as fast as they could. But the man came running after them. He kind of looks like he's singing opera. I mean, just look at that. It's just they went back out on the sea or the river, to get freedom. Anyways, they passed a ship that was broken down. I don't know what they were thinking. Oh, let's go inside the ship. So they went inside the ship. There was these robbers, so they fell out of the ship because it was stormy or something like that. So they just proceeded back on their adventure. Some other things happened. A giant boat ran into their raft, which scattered Huck and Jim away from each other, and there was a house that they were both taken to. I forgot the name. But I made a build of that house. It was a very, very hard build, very advanced. A lot of people who haven't been playing for a long time cannot build a build like this. It is one of my best and biggest, not biggest builds, probably one of my best builds so far. It has a lot of complex design and architecture in it. Minecraft software is not just a game, it's more of a creative thing. There are amazing buildings with it, and this is one of them, because it's a replicated building of the house that Huck was taken to. I turned it into like a little restaurant thingy because I didn't know exactly how I'd turn it into a huge house. But yeah, I made this build 100% by myself. This was no help. I did it by myself. It took me about 4 hours. Really good build. Nice, strong, sturdy build. Yeah. And the beams are supposed to also represent the picture that the house had, except they're closer to the house rather than farther. It's just a different design, except kind of modernized cabin style like thing. So yeah, it's not easy. The roof design is something that I learned not too long ago, and a lot of people don't make roofs like that. You gotta give me credit. I'm an advanced builder. Huck lied and pretended his name was George, so these people, this guy was like, he's something rather, but he wasn't, and this lady took him under her wing, and it made him like she was unofficial son or something like that. So where was Jim? Jim was locked in this tiny barn, and he was going to be a slave once again, which really sucked for Jim. So then all the little boys or whatever that were Huck's friends got like all together because there was a big family feud between two families that was his and the other person's family. Yeah. So the boy died, but later on they found these two guys that were stealing chickens, and they got on Huck's raft that he rebuilt with Jim. So the guys were stealing chickens and they were like criminals. And well, anyways, this guy was supposed to be coming from Boston or England or something like that. So the con artist people, or whatever they are, pretended to be the uncle because the uncle was supposed to get their brother's inheritance. And the brother died, so he would get all the money that brother has. So he faked it. He faked like he was really sad because his brother died. But there was only one person who didn't buy it. It was the doctor. The doctor didn't buy it at all. And yeah, so Huck hid the money in the coffin. At least that's what I think he did. Maybe he didn't. But anyways, the real brother came back, and then there was a problem. Yeah. Like, they were trying to decide who the real brother was. But Huck found out that Jim was going to jail and probably going to get hanged and stuff like that from a little boy. And, you know, he was wanted for killing people. I mean, there might be the N-word on that, but, you know, whatever. So the doctor spoke on the black guy's behalf, Jim. Nice words. But then they had to figure out who the real brother was, and that took a long time to do. I mean, yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, they couldn't tell the difference between the two, except one of them looked totally British. Long story short, Huck got knocked out, and he got all better, or something like that. And Jim became free, and he started to go make a farm and stuff. This is Jim's farm build that I made, his like house and farm and stuff after he's free. So yeah, he got some trees there and some wheat and beets. It's a fairly good garden. It's the tree idea is very unique. I mean, some people use it, but it's a good idea to make trees small like that. That's Jim. Yeah. And he has a nice garden there too. His house is a more of a cottage kind of design, wooden kind of stuff, how you'd make a house. It doesn't have any real windows. Instead it has planks to create kind of a window feature. He has a little house with a burner, and upstairs he has 2 beds, so when he gets his kids back, they're gonna have beds to sleep in and stuff. And you go in his room, there's a 2-bedroom room where he would sleep with his wife and whatever. And yeah, it's a fairly good build, all in all. I like it. I was very satisfied with it. And the path right there is actually unique too. Just look at those detailed features. A lot of people who build, normal people, probably most of your class, wouldn't build like that. I make very unique builds. I'm not bragging or anything, but I'm really good at building. And this is something I forgot to mention. The top of Pap's house was a very complex design with, of course, the common smoke and cobweb feature. These are builds more of art rather than a game, okay? Just think about that. Just figure it architecture. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. It was a pleasure to make it. I had fun with making this project. The main center was to basically focus on my builds purposely, but I added most of it just to show that I acknowledged the story up on what it was. So, thanks for watching.